Hey gamers, welcome back to a brand new DSP video. We are gonna watch DSP's opinion on the Mario Kart Switch 2 stuff. I've been playing it too, so I have my own opinions. But we'll just go through it as we go, guys. Let's get started. This is during the marathon. At the very end, he's gonna give us his thoughts on everything. So let's go.
Everyone, so I just concluded a day-long marathon of Mario Kart World and the launch of the Switch 2. Of course, everyone wants my thoughts. What do I think about Mario Kart World? Well, as you can hear, my allergies combined with me doing this all day and commentating, my throat is completely shot, so bear with me. I know that I don't sound very good right now.
No.
Hoping I'll recover and I'll sound better tomorrow night, okay?
Good. Recover, bitch.
It's gorgeous. It runs at 4K. And 60
wow.
frames. It's by far the best looking Nintendo game ever made up to now. Of course, now that the Switch...
Doesn't Mario Kart 8 on the Switch also run at 60? Even on Wii U as well? I don't think Mario Kart running at 60 is necessarily new, but I know what he means.
2 is out. We'll probably have other games topping that, one after the other. But as for a first-party title, I mean, it looks amazing to see Nintendo games at this quality. We've all wanted this for how many years, and we're finally getting it, right?
I mean,
not once today did I have any issues with performance. It ran absolutely beautifully. It, never stuttered, never had a problem. It did crash at one point, but it was between a match, so it wasn't even like, the lobby crashed or anything.
What does he mean by crash? Like, okay, I'm assuming what he meant was that, like, he'd be in the lobby, then he got kicked out or whatever because of connection problems. Because crashing... I'm thinking, okay, so the game just closed and he went back to the home screen, but I don't think that ever happened, but whatever.
The campaign. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, semantics.
It's kind of disappointing. Why?
Why is the campaign disappointing? Dude, it's Mario Kart. Like, now I was wrong. I made a mistake. Rainbow Road, you did have to unlock Rainbow Road by playing the other cups, but I still stand by, like, overall, the entire cups, except for the last one, were all open to you. Before, you'd have to actually go in order the way that the game intended, but I guess they changed that. It's like, well, you can unlock the, whatever. But that's, like, a small difference. But still, like, it's still the same typical Mario Kart gameplay. You play the cups, and then you get, Rainbow Road. Like, I don't know what else he was expecting. Was he expecting a story mode? Mario, you gotta race to save the kingdom! Mamma mia!
Because it's 8 circuits of 4 races each, so 32, races.
Oh, I'm so glad you can count.
Is way more money than any previous Mario Kart. So you would have thought, that means they're gonna have...
I know... I get why people are upset with the $80 and all that stuff. Like, whatever. I mean, on the view of the consumer, you're not going to really be thinking about, like, R&D, into making the game or whatever, like, all this stuff. Like, so, obviously, if you want to get people to get on board with an $80 game, you should, like, put something there to kind of make it worth their while. And I do think there's a lot of, like, weird stuff about the pricing on Switch 2 games as well, so I really don't know why it's $80. But I don't think necessarily that the price itself dictates the length or the amount of quality of a game, like, necessarily. I mean, the price of the game could be for many things. The amount of workers that they have to pay, whatever. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I don't know in game development that DSP also doesn't know. But this is a kind of a semantics point. I mean, overall, on the consumer end, I get it, but I don't know. Because again, it's not necessarily a fun conversation. Like, well, actually, it's this and that. But I mean, that's there you have it.
Added content, added value. It's just as long as any other Mario Kart.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think the value's in the eye of the beholder. Like, you can always, you can like, justify any spending on anything. I mean, if you think $8 is too much, okay, that's your opinion. I mean, I've played it, and uh I'm still having fun with it. Like I think it's to me, I found value in buying the game. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's a steal or anything like that, but I've had value out of it. But I've spent a lot of money on a lot of dumb shit too. But it's like, it's in the eye of the beholder, as
I
they
sat
say.
down playing it at the hardest difficulty, 150cc, and I beat the entire game within 2.5 hours.
Did you do mirror mode?
It wasn't even that challenging. I got through
Is
everything.
there even a
I mean,
mirror
I
mode
called
in
this
this
the
game?
Rainbow
I
Road
don't
Rush
know.
Marathon, thinking, oh, this is going to be like a big challenge. It's going to be a really daunting task to do. No, not at all.
Dude, you can like fail upwards in Mario Kart pretty easily. Like I did not place first in a lot of my matches, uh, getting to Rainbow Road, and I got to Rainbow Road pretty easily. Like, did he get first in every single match? I don't think he did, in my opinion, but whatever.
Not at all. It actually was pretty easy to get through the entirety of the game. You'd think for the increased price tag, you'd be getting a lot more, and you're not. It's pretty much the same equivalent amount of content.
I think my only complaint I have with Mario Kart World is that I feel there is not enough like. I love the new tracks, but I also just feel like with the transitionary stages and all this stuff, I do feel that a lot of the tracks kind of lose a level of identity, because I feel like there were some old tracks that I didn't realize that were from the older games because they kind of changed them enough. I think it's a fun challenge for them creatively to make a track work in this new system. So I think that's fine. I mean, it's not that these stages have no personality or anything like that, but there was like one of those like Choco Mountain, and my brain went straight to the N64 Choco Mountain. I was like, this isn't Choco Mountain. This is something completely different. So I don't know necessarily. Like, I feel like that I don't feel there was enough retro tracks. Like, that's what I love about Mario Kart 8. It's like, oh, I want to play on like these older tracks, like Baby Park or whatever. Now it's like, well, whatever. It's a different situation. But whatever.
As other Mario Kart games. The things that they've added, for example, you're driving between races, so there's a little bit of extra between the races that pads it, so each race is a little bit longer than maybe previously they would have been.
Right. So
And then there's
would
the
that
open
be the
world.
new stuff?
Okay, the open world I played for about 40 minutes. Okay, it was
Yeah,
very boring
a lot of
for
people
me
are
and for everyone.
disappointed
Like,
with the open world.
it's a bunch of random challenges.
It's very clear, in my opinion, that the open world was specifically designed to be like, hey, you're waiting between races. Just go here and fuck around until you matchmake, which I think is good. I think that's a very clever thing to do and to use it for. I think just as a offline mode itself, yeah, it's not going to be great, and you're probably not going to enjoy it nearly as much as the actual racing mode. I do think that the open world stuff. I did watch the Mario Kart Direct a little bit, and I feel like that they did not really talk about it in it nearly as much, just highlighting, oh, you can do challenges and this and that. But they're talking more about the races, which kind of tells you I don't think that the open world was like their main focus. It's a thing that's there and new to the franchise, but I think they were more proud about like uh the rewind feature and uh the other stuff that's in the game, like the stuff between races and stuff like that.
Challenges, a bunch of collectibles, and that's it. There's no story. There's nothing going on. You don't even know what you're doing. Like, you do a challenge, and it's like, wow, you completed it. Okay, and like, what did I do it for? The game doesn't even tell you. Like, you don't even know what you're working towards.
You can assume that these challenges are meant to help you drive better in the game. Like that's what a lot of these challenges do. It's like, yeah, like you play Street Fighter 6, right? The World Tour mode, whatever. And you do a lot of mini games, and the mini games in that World Tour mode is to train you to play a fighting game. It's like, oh yeah, do this to parry or whatever the fuck, but they dress it up differently. But here it's like you're doing challenges, which is obviously to train you to play the game.
Toward, if you're even working toward anything. So the whole mode kind of feels almost unfinished in the end of the day. If anything, I think what it is, it's a hub, because when you're actually joining with
Okay,
Really what I think the free roam is.
I'm just gonna
So
like
playing on
skip
its
ahead.
own, it's
Like you
not
know
very
what?
good. I'm being honest. Like it was pretty boring the 40 minutes I
We
did. I
already know
could
what
see
he's
that like
talking
if
about.
you're a chill streamer or gamer who just
A
wants to
chill
unwind and not
streamer.
care about racing.
I love that he says this as guess how DSP markets his night streams. We're gonna do a chill track sim. We're gonna do a chill stream. So wouldn't the open world be perfect for DSP's chill streams? But now if you ask him to do it's kind of boring, man. Okay, but why not play this for your chill streams, right? I thought you do chill streams, dude.
But you want to get more content out of Mario Kart. You could have a night where you just hang out with your viewers, you drive around the open world, you do a few of the challenges, you grab
Oh my
collectibles.
god, he's
You don't
reviewing
really care
it
about how much
for other
progress you're making,
streamers.
then that's probably what you want. But outside of that,
you know what?
pretty
These reviews sound more like a sales pitch than a review. Well, if you want this car would be great if you're looking for a car that can carry a family. But if you want like a speedy, faster car, you want this car. That's kind of what it sounds like. That's not how you review stuff. Like I know, I get why he's talking about this and all that stuff, but it overall just comes off more as a sales pitch than like his opinion on the game. Like, what did he think about it? Is it good or not? But instead he's telling us how it would work for a stream. Okay, cool, man.
pretty disappointing. Like I thought there would be more to it, and it seemed incredibly simplistic. Now, the online play. Well, there's 3 modes: race, elimination, and I forget what it's called. It's not called elimination. It's like survival or something.
Oh my god!
And battle.
And that was his
Race is
favorite mode.
basically
And
you sit
didn't
there
know
for
what it was
6 minutes
called.
till the lobby fills. Then it starts a series of races, but they're only one-off races.
Okay.
There's no like, oh, you're going to do 4, 5, 6 races and a winner. There's no winner. It just endlessly continues over and over, and everyone.
Well, there
earns
is a
points for
winner.
winning.
There is a
Like
winner.
there's any point to winning? Like you don't get anything.
What's the point of winning in knockout? You just win. Like, okay. I mean, I guess in knockout tour, it's like you're just trying to survive and doing better with each race and this and that. But the main race, it's like, yeah, you're racing to get points, and I think it's just so that you can just drop in, drop out whenever you want, and not feel like, oh, I'm rage quitting, whatever. Like, I don't know. Like I don't think it needed to be like, oh, let's do a whole Grand Prix or whatever, right?
Anything for it, and you're kind of like, what am I doing it for? Like, there's
For
no.
fun.
It's not like normally when there's a circuit of 4 races, there's a winner. There's not even a winner. It just keeps going. So
Yeah, this
it
dude
kinda makes you
this dude loves to brag. That's what he's like confused about. It's like, this mode, I can't brag about winning. Or be like, top 8, top 5 guys, whoa! You can't do that when he plays the Grand Prix mode. No, man.
makes you scratch your head. Like, what did they do to the races? I think it was better in previous Mario Karts when you had a circuit with 4 established races.
Oh, you couldn't
It's
do that in
gone.
Mario Kart 8.
And I was very
it's the
confused at
same
that.
thing in Mario Kart 8.
The
if you played that
elimination
online.
mode is actually, in my opinion, great because in that mode, it's 24 racers starting. Then
I do
it's
think
down
the
to like 20.
the knockout
Then it's
the
down to
knockout mode is
16,
great.
then it's
I
down
do
to
like that mode
12,
a lot.
I think then it's 6, and then it's like 4, and then it's the end. That's
It's
good.
like pretty good.
I like that because then you're challenged to actually perform better and survive, and there's stakes. In the other mode, it doesn't matter if you
Stakes.
win, lose, or whatever. You're getting
Dude, it's so funny that in Mario Kart he's all about stakes and challenge and bragging rights, blah 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 blah. But when he was playing Street Fighter 6 and his chat wanted ranked mode, this dude was like, "It's an online mode. I'm not going to a tournament. So I don't care. I just want to relax and play a fighting game. No stakes." And he got like so pissed off about it. But now he's like, where's the stakes? Oh man. Like, come on,
getting points that don't mean anything. In this mode, you can't keep playing if you lose. So I like that mode better, and it actually got suspenseful. And you could challenge yourself. How well am I going to do in this mode? Am I going to make top 5? Am I going to make top 10? And I think what I will do tomorrow, because I'm going to play this again, I think when I do this, well, that's what we'll do. We'll set it up to say, hey, in this next, survival mode, will Phil make top 10 and everyone wagers their points on that.
Oh
You see?
man,
I think that would be
I love that that these channel point wagers or whatever the fuck is the least organic thing. Like he has to play the game first and then realize what he could do wagers on. Like he needed to play Mario Kart World to like, oh, I can wager this or that, right? Like you couldn't figure that out before you even had the game in your little hooves. Okay,
that would be pretty cool.
pretty cool, man.
So I really like that mode. Battle mode I didn't get to yet, so probably I'll try that as well, maybe tomorrow to test it. But overall, the game's solid. It looks great. I did like the music, which a lot of throwback music with modern remixes.
Oh yeah, I
and
love
did like the
throwback
stages.
music.
But
what
overall,
about the new music?
it's not
And the
worth the
new
price tag.
stages.
Like $80, it's just a Mario Kart.
Okay.
It's a good Mario Kart, but it's just a Mario Kart. It doesn't really add much at all that you would say, oh, I should pay this extra price tag for it. There is no reason to pay $20+ more than any previous Mario Kart. It's the same, you know? So
I mean,
it is disappointing in that
whatever.
regard. I thought it was going to be the true next-gen Nintendo experience, and they were going to put in the extra effort.
But I don't know what he was expecting. I think my problem is that like I can understand the price. Like $80 is a lot, whatever. But what should they have done to make it worth that, right? Like because everyone knew what the game was gonna be. It's like, oh, it's a Mario Kart game. Like, oh, sure, the $80 is a lot, whatever. But like, again, that price could be for many other reasons that we don't even know, right? Like, whatever. But he's saying that, oh, I was expecting a new next-gen experience. But like, this is the next mainline Mario Kart game that does have new mechanics in it. So like, there is new stuff in the game. Like, the driving between races is brand new. Like, his argument, I guess, is that there's not enough new stuff, but like, does it have to be that? Like, I think the criticism of the price is not really a flaw of the game or anything related to the game. I think it's just, yeah, as a consumer, you don't know why it's $80. Like, why is this $80 and Donkey Kong is $70? Like, what is the rhyme or reason? Like, but I feel like the price is almost like not wholly part of the game, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but like I just feel like there's a disconnect there when he complains about like, oh, you see this new Mario Kart game, you expect the next gen game. Like, okay, but what should they have done? Like, what was missing in this game, right?
Effort. I don't think they did. I think it's just more of the same, which is fine. I like Mario Kart, but then don't charge me more money for it. So yeah, kind of underwhelming. I am interested in the other mode that I didn't play yet, but I don't think one more mode is gonna change my mind after playing it.
I wonder if the battle mode
starting
fixed
at, what,
the
2
issue
p.m.
that Mario
today,
Kart
now
8
it's
had.
9:30.
Or whatever.
I like it, but here's the other thing about it. Since there's no actual stakes to the online race system, it's just endless races with no consequences and no rewards.
No consequences.
What is the point of keep playing?
What's the consequence? For fun?
So
Like,
the way
dude,
I
you
see
had
it is
fun
like
with it.
everyone's
You
gonna
could
play
keep
the
playing
campaign
whatever.
up to 150 cc.
I played a lot of Mario Kart 8. It's a fun game. Same with this game. Like, I don't know what else, like, I need to keep playing. Like, I play a lot of games for fun. I play Guilty Gear literally because it's fun and the music. Like, and the characters, I like the characters that I play, but I don't need anything more than that. I don't need any fancy mechanic in this game to get me to keep playing, right? Whatever.
PC and beat it. It's not that hard, so pretty much everyone will beat it. Then you're going to go online, you're going to play the modes. Every once in a while, maybe you'll jump in to play it, but it doesn't really feel like a game that's going to have much longevity. I almost feel like I'll play it every once in a while, but it's not something that I'm going to like that much.
Why?
And play all the time.
What's not to,
and that's disappointing because this is the major launch.
He says this, but he's playing it. He's now including it into the streaming week. Like, but I see, this is what I don't understand. Like, I don't think there's going to be any legs for this mode. It's an online multiplayer game. There's no end point to an online multiplayer game. Like, he's going to argue, most likely, well, I won first place, so I've seen everything. I mean, you've won in Street Fighter. We've seen everything. What else is there to see in Street Fighter? What's there to see in CVS 2? Like, there's no endpoint with online multiplayer games. So, like, why does Mario Kart need to have, like, to focus on that when the core gameplay is the selling point?
Launch title for Switch 2. You would think they would want their flagship title to be something that is going to pack a punch and have longevity. And
I think this I think is like kind of unfair to throw on Mario Kart, because I don't think Mario Kart is, in my opinion, a great launch title. Like, I think it's like, I mean, that's good as a launch title. If it came with something else, like if Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart came out at the same time, I think that would be better. But or at least Donkey Kong first, because I just don't. I kind of agree in the sense that Mario Kart is not like a good uh a game to as a launch title, because people can be fatigued from the multiplayer and not get that. And I guess that's what he's saying. Like, yeah, you're gonna play the online, and you may not love the online mode. So what else is there to do with it or whatever? But I mean, I kind of feel that at this point in this stage of gaming, I don't think that like people are that burnt on multiplayer, or at least this kind. Like, it's not like this is a co-op heavy multiplayer game. Like, it's not like this game launched with that Switch launched with A Way Out or something, and it's like, this is the launch date, play A Way Out, and it's like, okay, but like, do I really want to play with strangers with this game? Like, I don't know, right?
and really groundbreaking. And I'll be honest, at the end of today, I don't feel it. I think it's good, but I'm not blown away, and I don't think it's amazing. Like I think Nintendo is hoping everyone's going to say it is. So yeah, I'll be honest, I am disappointed. I did think that it would be better than this. Okay, but I still like it, and I'm just going to keep playing it in the future. I am. I'm going to
Oh,
continue.
okay. So
He
is gonna keep playing it.
Okay, but
Okay.
the question is,
How
how
long?
entertaining would this even be for an audience over time once you've seen all the stages, when there's no
All right.
ranking?
I think I'm just gonna end it here, because I thought he was gonna like talk about the Switch too. He probably talked about it earlier, but whatever. He's kind of whatever on Mario Kart. But let's
We have
see what
so
he
much
says
to talk about today. Seriously,
here.
we have so much to talk about.
So much, man.
How about this? Let's start with the Switch 2. All right, and it's funny because actually I think the Switch 2 looks better when you hold it like this, because it actually says Switch 2.
Oh man,
That's
yeah,
kinda-
because
oh,
yeah,
that looks-
yeah, because you look at the front of the Switch 2, you might be so dented you can't realize it's the Switch 2, because you know, you're gonna be like, oh, is that the Switch 1?
So if I'm going to show you the Switch 2, I'll show you the logo of the Switch 2. Okay, so
All right.
folks, the Switch 2 launch is over. All right, and I
Right.
mean it officially. It's actually
What?
completely
Okay,
done.
why does he have a Wind Waker animation when he's not even gonna play Wind Waker? Dude, I got the Switch. I'm gonna be honest with everyone. I specifically got the Switch 2 because I'm a fucking cuck. Uh, I wanted to play Wind Waker badly, and I didn't want to go through the hassle of emulation. Yeah, I'm lazy. Deal with it. Cry about it. But I wanted to play Wind Waker on the Switch 2 so bad, and I got the GameCube controller, obviously. So it's all. I'm a massive mark for this. But in general, it was just the GameCube library. Like, oh shit, the GameCube library is coming to Switch 2. Fuck yeah! Like, I'm on board. That got me to buy a Switch 2 more than anything else, because I just love the GameCube library a lot more, and to go with the Switch 2 stuff, you know, and I wanted the Switch 2 anyway, so it was like a kind of like a happy marriage there. But he's not gonna play Wind Waker. Why does he have it?
Completely done. And what do I mean by that? I mean, there was a hype for about 2 days for the Switch 2. Okay? Everyone ran out and got their Switch 2s, or their Switch 2s got delivered.
You know what? I know what I wanted to watch. Oh my god. Damn it, I don't know. I want the cringe. I want that cringe.
Possibly be something right now on the stream that would be an indicator that I got to Switch 2.
Oh my
Say
god.
this, no scalping, none of that baloney. I don't do that. I told you guys, for sure.
Right.
Okay. World doing gyms in Pokemon, except the 4. I'll probably just play right. Excited.
Okay, is it, do I have, can I look at the transcripts here? Live chat. Live chat. I thought you could. Oh, well, whatever. Maybe I don't have the, maybe it's a
Right
plugin.
for today, bothering them. Here you go. How's that? Something, right? Like $46 of support and climb ready because I didn't really go to the liquor store this week. My Switch had bricked. The Switch was like, and therefore it was like weeks
Oh
later.
my god.
Officially, excuse me, and Buckwell in Kick Chat. So sorry everyone, this informal intro. Epic day, guys. It started. Welcome to DSP Gaming. Good stuff, guys. If you're live on stream, it would never happen that they did not want me to have this. They were so staunchly against me getting this.
So why were,
They were so
you like
upset
whatever
to think that Darkseid, even though he's an old, doesn't matter, intro to.
Okay.
Because if you remember, at that point, launch night, that's right. So I actually for a while, I switch, play, I think ARM. Things are a little different. This allow me to explain live.
Oh my god.
I've got what cases are good for this. All this crap. Mario Kart Rush. Ready to see what stuff got in addition to all will be contributing today. Sub or watching via a restream or port raised. It really and a raspberry lemonade building aquarium. My wife's tequila. She thought it was.
Oh my god.
Literally over the
dude. I thought he
at one point for a marathon or stream for it. Excited to see this fixated on every piece of hard activity. I see it and a race and everything going well. What to do? Like I said, and I do. That's appreciated. This is something. If you're watching this on demand on YouTube, when I was a kid, that I was and everyone thought for it, and I hooked it.
Oh my god, dude! And I think he likes that shirt for the pizza, not for Mario.
Fit for the merrier. Now remember, we're gonna be doing to do it. Support Preston Harris $5.
Oh my god!
Here, and
I'm about to reach
for some Mark Phoenix. Almost halfway to it. Are you looking? I should, but take a brief
Oh my god! And he walked away.
As for two special, because original Mario the works.
Okay, fuck this. I don't know where he talked about, but he was like, "You should be thankful," or whatever the fuck. And it's like, dude, you're buying a Switch too. It's like, god damn it, it's gonna
am I
bother
gonna be stuck
me.
Playing the easy difficulty technology pill? I do have a giant desk size. People, let's say, wow, good stuff, guys. It and unlocks it. Say this, no scalping, none of that baloney. I don't do discount. I got the bundle world for like 2-3 hours. Somewhat of a, an interesting thing because you $46 of support. Syria, all these accessories, do all this fun stuff.
Dude, it's gonna piss me off. Whatever. But everyone's seen that seen what I'm talking about, where he's like, "Oh, you should be thankful," and it's like, dude, you're buying a console, and it's not even that hard to get one. Even now, like, dude, when I went to Best Buy to pick up some stuff, I pre-ordered some stuff there, and then I had to go to GameStop to pick up the actual console. I even asked them, like, "Hey, do you have like the Switch 2? Like, if anything happens to the one at GameStop, could I, buy one here?" It's like, yeah. Like, I was like, okay. Like, I didn't know that. Like, I was like, oh, you have a lot. It's like, yeah, we have a lot. It's like, okay, great. So everywhere had a lot of them. Like, you could just go probably now to buy them. Whatever.
Delivered. They installed Mario Kart World. They played it for a day or two. And then, over this weekend, everyone sobered up. All that buzz.
This is really, like... This is what, like, probably a child would go through when they realize, like, oh, there's a, like... yeah, a console came out, and yeah, there may not be a lot of games on it, but then you just play your other games. Like, you have... you probably have a backlog. You're probably playing that. You have other stuff going on. Like, it's not a momentous thing when a console came out. Like, that's just how it is, man.
That everyone had that day one hype Switch 2 excitement. fizzled out. And then people realized, oh, this is Switch 2. Let me take a look at it. Kind of looks like the Switch.
How much of a caveman do you have to be like, oh, oh wow, I got a Switch too, dude. Huh, this looks like the Switch. This is like looking at an iPhone and be like, wow, the iPhone looks like an iPhone. I mean, I know what he's trying to get at, but he could have at least put the clown mode in like out back, right?
It kind of feels like the Switch.
Like what does this have to do with his point? His point is saying that like, yeah, you're playing Mario Kart, and now that you played it, and all this stuff, like, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's it. Like, nobody's like playing like, wait a second, you know what? I played this game, now I can look at the actual console. Like, what is this joke?
Huh. Well, I played Mario Kart. Let me see what else I can play on there.
Dude, the only people that are acting this way are people who are like who don't do research. I'm just gonna say it because it's not like a secret that Mario Kart World was the only Nintendo first party game to launch with the Switch 2, and there was gonna be a lot of ports, and like it wasn't a well kept secret. It was like, yeah, this is the launch lineup. Donkey Kong is in July. Like, I don't know how clear they could have been. Like, I mean, I've seen people get confused, but it's like, you know, but at that point, I don't think these people are buying Switch shoes on an impulse. But also, I think what he's gonna argue about this is kind of stupid. But let's hear him go off.
What the? Where are all the games? I love it. How about the doesn't even matter me, right?
What does this mean, by the way? I've never heard this meme.
One game. I don't know why. I bought a Switch 2 with no games to buy.
I don't get this meme.
I love it. How about the doesn't even matter me, right?
One game. I
don't know why. I bought a Switch 2 with no games to buy.
What is the meme? There's one game. There's one game I bought a Switch. What?
I love it. How about the doesn't even matter me, right?
I thought the doesn't even matter meme is just like, it doesn't even matter. I don't know.
One game. I don't know why. I bought a Switch 2 with no games to buy.
but there's one game. You bought a Switch 2, but then there's no games? Okay.
That's it. There's nothing on here. There's literally nothing to do with your...
Dude, this is like you have the baby and then like, dude, this baby isn't he doesn't have a job. What's the point? Why did we have a kid? The kid is not in school right now. He can't talk, and he's not going to work. I don't know. Why did we have this kid?
With your Switch 2. Once you've bought it and you've played Mario Kart, you're done. There's nothing else. It's a paperweight. Switch 2.
Like, it's a paperweight. I mean, you could play other Switch 1 games. Like this would be true if it couldn't play Switch 1 games. But it can. Like, it's so funny he's saying about the Switch 2 when I would argue the Xbox is a bigger paperweight than any other console that has ever released. Like, the only thing I see people use the Xbox for would be if you didn't have a PC and you want to use Game Pass. But I would even argue at this point, like, Game Pass kind of lost its luster at this point. Like, I've never heard anyone talk about Game Pass nearly as much as DSP anymore. Like, I haven't even turned on my Xbox in like months, and I kind of want to get rid of it at this point. I kind of want to like unhook it from my entertainment center and put it away and see if it bothers me. And if it does, I may just like sell it or something, because it's like I don't turn it on. And I feel like if I'm not using something, then it's clearly bad. I've already used my Switch 2 more than the Xbox. I've used my Switch 1 more than the Xbox. I've used my Steam Deck more than the Xbox. I've used my PS3 more than the Xbox. Like, Literally, the Xbox is the paperweight in this household.
Is literally a $450 paperweight. There's nothing to do with this console at all right now.
Except
Now,
for Clint,
give it a
whatever.
few months.
And I
you'll
know I've
have
also went back to play Breath of the Wild, and it runs pretty good on it. It's been pretty fun.
some more
But whatever.
exclusive games that will come out for it. But right now, you have two options. Play Mario Kart World or play games you already played on other platforms for an exorbitant amount of money because they're all charging top dollar.
I don't have to rebuy Switch 1 games I already own, dummy. And secondly, sure, like, Yakuza 0, the re-release was like $50? But that came with a multiplayer mode, an online mode, but no one has played it, so I whatever. But that is still, like, a new game that is kind of fun, and I haven't played Yakuza 0 in like years, and it's been a fun. It's fun to go back to it, but whatever.
On Switch 2. Play Cyberpunk again. Play Bravely Default again. Play Street Fighter 6.
But if you like these games, wouldn't you want to play these games again? Like Bravely Default, like this is kind of dumb because people have been begging for them to port Bravely Default. They re-released it, and these are like, yeah, they only released ports. Yeah, but what console was Bravely Default on before the Switch 2, right? The DS. Secondly, that's a $40 game. That's not top dollar. That's like typical re-release price that people would want, right? Street Fighter 6, like, that is a whatever release at the end of the day. Because, again, they're always gonna re-release the game when more seasons are out. Like, they're probably gonna do another disc release, cartridge release, whatever, when we're in Season 4. And it's gonna have Seasons 1 through 4 or whatever. Like they did with Street Fighter 5. Like, they've been doing this. It's just, they probably were like, well, since this just shoes out, we can re-release it on that and get a new audience that will definitely buy this. But whatever, okay.
Again! But I already have those games on superior platforms as well where they run better. So why would I want to rebuy them on Switch 2 for $70 a pop? And the answer is, you don't. So the Switch 2, after that 2 days of euphoria where everyone was celebrating Mario Kart, has lost completely its momentum. After this weekend where you had Summer Game Fest, now Xbox Showcase, people stopped buzzing about it. And
this is so dumb. This is like such Twitter-brained, algorithm-brained bullshit. Wow, you're telling me that something like, come on, okay, man.
In fact, it's hilarious that the whole attitudes on the internet have shifted from, wow, this is exciting, to, wow, this is boring. What am I doing?
What am I doing?
Now, here's the major problem. Mario Kart World, all right? To be transparent with all of you now, I've now played Mario Kart World for about 9 to 10 hours. I made about 8 videos of it, okay?
Only
Each
8.
video about an hour long, some a little bit longer than that. So what's the deal with Mario Kart World, okay? In a nutshell, better graphics, okay?
Okay, right.
Nostalgia bait. Yeah.
This is kind of like, this is so silly coming from him when this dude bought every single fighting game collection re-release ever. He bought, you know what? I'll be even more mean about this. The Switch 1 was announced, all this stuff. DSP was taken to Twitter like, I don't care about the Switch. Zelda, that's gonna be on the Wii U. Blah blah. He was already like arguing not to even buy it. Like he was saying like this was the first console he may skip from Nintendo. Like he was like really bluffing hard that day. The second Capcom was like, we are gonna release Ultra Street Fighter 2 for the Switch 1, DSP that same day bought or pre-ordered the Switch 1 specifically for Ultra Street Fighter 2. Like, I part of me does kind of want to dig up that tweet, but at the same time, I've talked about this so much. Like, I am 100% sure I have a video showcasing it, because it is so funny that this dude was like, yeah, I don't care about the Switch. Ultra Street Fighter 2 comes out. Dude, I'm buying it. And now Mario Kart does not even the same because it's a new game. He's mocking you for nostalgia baiting. Oh, okay, dude. Why did you buy a Switch 1 again? Oh, because it's your job. No, dude, you wanted to skip it when it was announced, dude. Because I guess not necessarily he'd skip it, because he did say he'd buy it later. Because he said that the launch of the Switch 1 was not exciting, because it had Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is also on the Wii U. So why would he buy a new console for a game he could play on the Wii U? Blah blah blah. That would also run better because it's a Wii U. I mean, which, whatever. But he completely changed his tune the second Ultra Street Fighter 2 was announced. So it is complete clown world for this dude to say this when he changed his opinion immediately for a boomer ass Street Fighter game.
Yeah,
that
for
he
sure.
hated.
Absolute nostalgia bait. If you're a fan of previous Mario Kart games or just Nintendo as a creative company and all their IPs and everything, sure. Absolute nostalgia bait. If you're a fan of previous Mario Kart games or just Nintendo as a creative company and all their IPs and everything, but outside of the graphics and the nostalgia bait, Mario Kart World literally has absolutely nothing of substance. And you might say, I don't get it, but it's a new Mario Kart and we haven't had a new...
It's a racing game. What more did they need to do with it? My opinion on the Switch 2 is it's I do wish the dashboard had more themes and stuff like that, like everyone else would love, but I expected that. It's this is Switch 2. It's gonna have the same interface as Switch 1, and it's just gonna play nicer games. That's it, or whatever, and that's it. That's all it needed to do. And as far as I'm concerned, when you're buying a console, anyone can have a lot of criticism about the Switch 2, and I'm not saying it's a perfect console and it's a godsend from God, but you're buying, what you're buying when you buy it. At the end of the day, if you're buying it and then you're surprised what you bought, then that's a you problem. That's not Nintendo's problem. You should have known what you bought.
Had a new Mario Kart in over a decade. You're right. And Mario Kart World did absolutely nothing to innovate or add anything new.
What was it supposed to innovate? And honestly, arguably, the only Mario Kart game that truly innovated, I would argue, honestly, Mario Kart Double Dash. Because that's the only Mario Kart game that changed the entire formula of Mario Kart. It had a two-seat kart. You could do co-op in that Double Dash game. It had character-exclusive items. Unless you were PD and King Boo, they had access to everyone's items, and that's it. DSP is sitting there and saying and after that, I do feel like a lot of people don't like that system at all. So Nintendo kind of never touched it again and went back to just a one cart system, which whatever. So it went. So that's why it was the only one that innovated. It changed the entire gameplay of it. After that, it just did the same stuff that you've seen. They added coins again. Then all they did innovated was gliders and zero gravity, whatever the fuck. Which in this game they kind of include all of that, but they also you could drive on walls directly now. You can grind. Oh my god, I was gonna say grind and all this other shit. There is stuff that is new to the franchise, but it's not so in your face new that babies like DSP can't pick up on it. It's to a degree of subtlety that people like DSP would not pick up on it.
New whatsoever to the franchise. It's exactly the same. I mean that. It literally is the same as previous Mario Karts. There's no new added spin, no new way to play. It's the same exact game.
But as I said earlier, them having interconnecting courses and all that shit, that's kind of new, and that changes the design of a lot of maps. I really don't think he really appreciates what that adds to the stages, because they would have to go back to the older stages and redesign. Like, imagine they wanted to add Baby Park, and Baby Park is a fan favorite, by the way. How would they do that? I mean, obviously, it would just be like an entrance, exit. They just drive in a circle, and then you just go, and then you leave. But again, how would that translate to the gameplay? Like Baby Park, in my opinion, I don't think Baby Park is gonna be added to this game. Just straight up, it's not gonna be added. And if it is, it's not gonna work the same way that you think it's gonna work as, because it's such a different style of game now. Like like he doesn't understand that this whole thing that this game introduces changes a lot of these of the classic stages that are going to be redesigned in weird and interesting ways that also have to be designed. Like, it's added work, and he's not really understanding that.
Okay. Thank you, Dimitri, for putting us on the front page of Kick. I appreciate that. Now's a good time, actually, for that as I begin to talk about
Thank you,
Switch 2
Dimitri.
and Mario Kart World. Excellent.
I love that he just names
okay.
names
so,
people like off the bat, and it's not just these about it
Mario
too.
Kart Worlds
Are you gonna kiss
only
him
has
too, DSP?
exactly the same amount of tracks as every previous Mario Kart and nothing more. It's 8 circuits of 4 tracks, so 32 tracks. That's it.
You know what? Mario Kart 8, when it was re-released on the Switch, had a lot more maps, and he never played that. Yeah, they didn't even have maps that were not even in the Wii U version. Never played it. And this game will probably get more because it will probably have DLC.
They didn't add anything new. They didn't say, hey, because we're charging you $80 this time, we're going to add more content. Absolutely not. It's exactly the same amount of content again. Okay? There's no actual new controls or anything to it. It's exactly the same. It still implements all the things from
What controls could they have changed? Like, what? What would they have... What? Yeah, they didn't change the controls. Okay. Should they... Like, what? No.
It's Mario Kart. So, for example, when you're doing an aerial trick, you can either press the trigger or you can wiggle your switch to do it however you want to do it. But
which you never,
there's nothing
never do.
In there at all that's innovative or new or different. When you go to the open world, which is supposed to be their selling point, right? Oh, there's an open world.
I don't
Mario
think the
Kart
open
now.
world
Wow,
is
amazing.
like a selling
it's
point.
completely devoid of any kind of energy, character, and point. You think as soon as you join the open world, it would be like, welcome to the open world of Mario Kart. Here, you can complete challenges, which will earn you unlocks. There's a, get this and unlock a secret area and do this. Nope. They just throw you into the open world and say, well, just mess around. What do you mean?
Dude, you can learn by just the context of what you're doing. You'll do it. You'll be like, oh, there's a challenge. I'm going to try that. Then you do a challenge. You see, oh, he gave me this. I'm going to try more challenges to get other things.
What am I doing? What's the goal? Why am I here? You figure it out.
Just to suffer. Why am I here?
I bought your game. You tell me what I'm doing. No, you figure it out.
Wow, this dude is so spoiled by games babying the player. They didn't tell me what to do. Okay, I mean, why is it their responsibility?
Okay.
Okay.
So as you start to explore the open world, you actually realize there's nothing in it. It's just a bunch of pointless challenges where you do, grind on this rail and collect coins. Okay, complete the challenge. What did I get that for? Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, look, there's 5 hidden question mark things to drive over. What do you get when you find them all? I don't know. So why would I do it?
What?
If you can't spend 5 seconds to explain to me why I need to explore your open world, why would I care about it? Nintendo couldn't even bother to...
Because maybe Nintendo knew that people would much rather just do races. They're like, oh, who cares? You have an open world, you're doing races. Like, I mean, again, I've heard people complain or not like the open world, but I don't think it's enough to tank the entire game, in my opinion. Because I feel like if you're buying Mario Kart for the open world, I don't know what to tell you. Buy GTA instead.
To do that. Like, don't even tell me what's fun about this new feature. Thanks, Nintendo. So what ends up happening is it just becomes a hub. While you're doing the online play, the open world is a hub that you just endlessly drive around while it's matchmaking you for online matches. And you'll occasionally find things, and maybe you'll do a thing here or there, but it's just not special. It's boring.
It's not special.
It's literally
It's not
Incredibly boring.
special.
And that's their new thing that they added for Mario Kart World. When you talk about the online play, they've completely ruined the races. How? Because there's no more circuit or even
Dude,
set.
this is a thing they did in Mario Kart 8. He acts as if they did it just for this game. It's been that way for like years at this point. Like, get over it, because they probably realize that not a lot of people may want to like do a full like circuit online. Like, it may not be intuitive in that situation. Like, that's why when you do online, like in fighting games, they don't put you in a tournament setting.
Set of races. It's just individual one-off races. So no race feels like it's actually important. There's no ranking system in the online play of the game, which is hilarious.
But this is like, but I said this before. If this game had a ranked mode and all this stuff, he wouldn't play it. Like Smash Brothers, I don't think he ever did the ranked mode. He might have done it once, maybe, but I feel like he never did it because he said this for tryhards and it's a party game. I know he didn't do that for Gears of War because he was scared of the competition in Gears of War, so he never wanted to try that. But he always would say, "Oh, I just want to mess around." But okay, even if he did ranked mode, right? He then just say, "I just want to relax. I don't want to do ranked mode. I don't want to do the sweats." Like he does when he plays Street Fighter 6 all the time. Like this is like it since this game doesn't have it, he longs for it. But if it did have it, he wouldn't care. Like he's really the kind of guy that wouldn't know how good he has until it's gone kind of guy. Like if Cat ever leaves, he would then realize how important Cat is to his entire lifestyle. I mean, that happened with Leanna. Leanna leaves, and he immediately realized, oh shit, I have to do the stuff I hate doing, and I don't know how to do. I need to find Cat. I need to get another woman in here.
Every other game now that has competitive online play has some kind of a ranking system where you tier up, right? You could go to different levels. Oh, you're a rookie, then you're a master. Oh, you're gold or silver tier or whatever it is. Not Mario Kart World. They couldn't be bothered with that. Instead, you get a number that you either gain points or lose points depending on how you place in a race.
Who cares?
And it's just a number that...
Did people really... were there anyone really fiending for a ranked mode in Mario Kart? I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a discussion to be had about maybe not every game needs a ranked mode. I mean, at this point, like, do we really... Does every game that has online need a ranked mode? I mean, come on. At this point, it's like, maybe we don't need it for every game.
That means absolutely nothing. You get nothing for it. You don't really show up anywhere. No one's going to celebrate if you're the best Mario Kart player because you have a high number in single races. No one cares. So ultimately, all your online play is for nothing. Now, there are 3 online modes.
All this dude needs so much validation for doing anything. He needs to be validated up like Mario Kart.
Single race, which is literally you drive around in the open world waiting for it to matchmake, then you get in a race and you race, and then it's done, and you get points or lose points, and then you're back to the open world sitting around waiting again for the next race, and then it just endlessly does that. Like I said, there's no circuit, there's no overall winner, there's no pedestal, no one's awarded a trophy, nothing. You just do it for literally no reason.
Nobody's
there's no
my
point
dick.
to it. It's stupid. The way that they've designed it is flawed.
It doesn't matter.
Okay? Then
whatever.
You've got battle mode, and battle mode also is awful. Battle mode is a throwback to SNES Mario Kart.
Battle mode is a throwback, dude. It's just a mode that's been in every Mario Kart since the beginning of Mario Kart. It's not a throwback, it's a mode. At this point, you might as well say the Grand Prix mode is a throwback.
Kart, where you're in a very small arena. My hair's all screwed up today. You're in a very small arena, and in that arena, with all these other players, you have balloons and you have items. And all you do is you drive in a circle, grabbing items and hitting other players with them until their balloons are gone. Done. Now, this was cool during the era of SNES because it meant multiplayer on your SNES, and it gave another spin to the game.
Oh my god.
Today, Mario Kart's about racing. The battle mode is boring.
This is so annoying because because you could probably do Grand Prix in the SNES Mario Kart game too, and yeah, they give you an added mode. But this dude, I guarantee you, if they got rid of the battle mode, be like, Wow, they got rid of the battle mode. You know the mode has been around since SNES.
As hell. Like I played it a couple matches. I was so bored to tears. I never booted it again. The one hidden gem in Mario Kart World is Knockout Tour mode, which actually is the one new thing
oh
that's
my
in the
god.
game.
This dude is such a simp for Knockout Tour. It's a good mode, don't get me wrong, but this dude is like acting as if Knockout mode saved his life.
This Knockout Tour, it is an elimination style race of 24 players. At first, there's all 24 racing through a map to a goal. When the first 20 qualify, 4 get knocked out. Now only 20 get to continue to drive. And the good thing about Mario Kart World is they made all the courses connect. So now you can keep driving and connect all these different courses together, keep eliminating 4 more at each checkpoint. And it's actually quite exciting. It's invigorating, and it's very, very fun. It took me a while, but I finally won one of these matches.
And he gets to brag about winning matches. See, the other mode, you can't really brag. It's kind of like, you know, a participation trophy, and he hates that. That's an insult to him because he has very thick skin, you see.
And it was super cool. It's probably the only mode I would ever go back to in Mario Kart World because listen to this. I beat the entirety of the game, all 32 courses at the highest difficulty of 150 cc.
And he doesn't know any of the shortcuts either. He can brag all day, every day about playing the circuits, but he doesn't know the shortcuts. So, yeah, keep bragging, dude.
In one sitting of 3 hours. I unlocked all of that in 3 hours. Done.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, what a gamer.
Well, single race mode sucks. Battle mode sucks. Ooh, Knockout Tour is fun. So I ended up playing a couple hours of Knockout Tour. So overall, I made 8 videos, like I said, around 9 hours of Mario Kart World. And there's literally no reason for me to ever boot it up on here ever again unless they add more content.
So then, like, this is, like, really, really dumb. This is not even a year-old game. Like, you know, and didn't this dude complain when Street Fighter 6, like, already announced their season pass or whatever the fuck? Like, whatever.
Or if I feel like I want to play the Knockout Tour mode for an hour or two for some fun online play, but outside of that, the game's done already. And that's the flagship launch title they put on Switch 2. They didn't give you a 20 to 30 hour Mario Odyssey. They didn't give you a 40-hour Zelda. Hell, they didn't even give you a fun 10 to 15-hour Donkey Kong. They gave you a 3.
But the thing is, like, that Zelda game was in development since the Wii U. Like, this is kind of an unfair comparison. Was Mario Odyssey a launch game? I don't remember if it was. I want to say it wasn't, but it may have been launch year, but I don't think it was launch day. But Zelda was like a game that was already in development. Like, they just kind of ported it to Switch after the fact. Like, come on.
3-hour Mario Kart, and they sold it for $80, telling you that was the system seller for this $450 paperweight.
Thumbnail. It's not a paperweight if I still use it.
This console is a joke.
This is so dumb. Like, again, if you're only buying the Switch, you don't only ever play Switch 2 games, then yes, you're an idiot who wastes money. But if you bought the Switch 2 and you had the Switch 1, for example, and you had other Switch 1 games, you can play it on that. And if you want to spend a little bit extra money since you already bought the console, you can buy the expansion pass and play GameCube games. Like, whatever, man.
It does not innovate whatsoever. Taking this controller off magnetically and using it as a mouse is not innovation.
This is dumb. This is this is a dumb argument. First off, I think it's a way better way to separate the Joy-Cons and Switch 2 than Switch 1 ever was. Like, it's just it's just easier and more intuitive. Secondly, it is innovative to have the controller that's packaged with the console a mouse. Dude, if that was the case, he's saying, oh, I can use a mouse on console. Okay, so then why didn't you use a keyboard and mouse to play Call of Duty on your PS5, my guy? I thought you were a great FPS gamer with keyboard and mouse. Well, then use it on your PS5, dumbass. Why did you need a PC to do that if it's so readily available? Like, he doesn't really understand how cool it is that like it comes with the console. You don't have to buy another accessory to use the mouse mode or whatever. Like, this is so dented. Since it's baked into the console itself, more games can use it. Since the PS5, I didn't even know it would even accept keyboard and mouse, but let's say it did. It probably does, whatever. Since it's already not like built into the console, what incentive do game devs have to utilize it? This is the guy, by the way, that complains that Sony packed their controller with junk that no other company uses. But the stuff they pack their PS5 controllers with is stuff that like you don't really need to use it for, but they may use it on that console. Whatever. I talked about that controller 1,000 times, but when a developer's like, I'm gonna make a Switch 2 game. Oh, you can use it on a mouse. Oh, we can like do some cool stuff with that. Like, come on.
You can have a mouse right now on your PC or console. That's not any added value.
It is
The
added
fact
value.
that they've caught up with other consoles and now can do 4K is not innovative.
Again, it's a lose-lose situation. What? This game just wants to run 4K. Okay, Phil, the Switch 2 is now 4K compatible, and we can do frame rates that are decent. Well, too little, too late, Nintendo. Yeah, guys, Nintendo's doomed. They're just gonna get ready for Mario on the PS5.
It doesn't give added value. It's just playing catch up. This thing is a ripoff. There is no reason to own it.
How is it a ripoff when, at this point, Nintendo will probably release more games on the Switch 2 in years? Like, I think instead of calling it a ripoff, what he should be saying is, this console is good. Right now, there's nothing really to play on the Switch 2. Like, yeah, you can play Switch 1 games. Again, this is like launch console like opinions. Like, when the PS5 was released, did anyone really run to buy it? I mean, it was the pandemic, sure, whatever. But guess what people were saying when that came out? Wow, all you could play is Demon's Souls Remake and Spider-Man. And the Spider-Man game was just a 2 hour, 2 hours kind of mean, a 6 hour whatever the fuck expansion to a PS4 game that it also came out on the PS4. There was really nothing to do with the PS5 at launch. Same with the Series X. It's worse with the Series X to be completely honest. Like, at this point, there's more to do with the Switch 2 than there was with the Series X. And just a little bit more than the PS5. Like, I'll be honest, I had more fun with the Switch 2 than the PS5. And I could play Switch 1 games. Like, the PS5 at this point, like, there was a lot of, what can run on it, right? Or whatever the fuck.
Unless you absolutely need to play Mario Kart right now, and you will be done with it within a day, like everyone else is.
Like, I wouldn't say it's a ripoff, because it's not that Nintendo sold it knowing that they had nothing going on. It's like, yeah, this is a new console. Like, it's a launch console. Like, the only aspect of it being a ripoff is if you are an idiot and you can't do basic research. You can't walk into a store and just go to the aisle and look at the Nintendo games that are there to be like, oh, wow, that's the Switch 2 lineup? Okay, I'm gonna wait. Like, come on, man.
People are literally saying, what do I do with this now? What was the hype about? You have to understand.
This is, like, really dumb. And I'm not gonna really say, like, well, it sold a lot, because you can always, things that sell a lot and you can have remorse over it, sure. But the thing is, at the end of the day, you buy a console that's fully well, I guess not fully, because it can't play Labo and whatever, Ring Fit Trainer, but it is, like, backwards compatible with, like, 90% of the Switch 1, like, library. So, like, you could just play any game on it. Like, you're only buying the Switch 2 to future-proof. Like, why are you buying 8K monitor and 8K TV when nothing is using 8K currently? Like, yeah, nothing's using it right now, but that's gonna change over time, obviously.
Understand something about Nintendo, because I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Nintendo doesn't improve because there is a fan base that buy Nintendo no matter what, no matter what mistakes they make, no matter how underwhelming their stuff is, the fan base still
Get ready for protection. Get ready.
buys Nintendo. So Nintendo has absolutely no reason to ever improve. Why?
But they have improved. Like, this is kind of dumb when they've actually did improve. Like, dude, everyone bitched and moaned about the Switch 1 being underpowered. They made the Switch 2 more powerful than the Switch 1, and now that's not good enough, apparently. Like, what were they supposed to do? What was this launch title supposed to be? Zelda, Mario Kart? Like, come on, be realistic. Like, okay, you could argue that Donkey Kong Bonanza should have been a launch title. Like, they should have worked on that to be the launch title. Fair enough. But it's like a month away. You can't wait a month. Like, I feel like at this point, the only reason why people buy these consoles at launch, and I think, the whole thing with the tariff situation might have drove some FOMO a lot. Like, that might have done some heavy lifting. Like, oh, I need to get this because if the tariffs come into play, we may not get any more shipments of this or whatever. Like, I do think that probably played a factor in the sales. But at the same time, I think people would also want to buy this because they know that, okay, yeah, this is going to, like, make up for it in the future. Like, there's going to be games that are going to come out for it, obviously. Like, I don't... This criticism, I think it's kind of, not nonsense. Just nonsense. Because how are you blaming a company for having an average mediocre launch, whatever the fuck, when every other company does not have stellar launches? Like, the PS3 was infamous for how bad the launch was. It had, like, what? Resistance. I think that was, like, the only game that was an actual game. PS5, again, had, like, Spider-Man expansion, a Demon Souls remake, and that's it. Like, and Astro Bot, which was a free-to-play game. Like, that's not really a strong lineup, especially when people were just saying, like, I don't know, a lot of these games are on PS4 right now. But whatever.
Why would you put something new, special, or innovative on the Switch 2 when people are going to buy it anyway? You know how hard it was to get this thing? It was hard as shit.
Okay, first off, this is a console they wanted to make it portable as well. How crazy were they gonna innovate? Like, was he expecting another Wiimote? But how would the Wiimote work if you're taking this out on the go, and you may not want to use the Wiimotes, right? And again, he keeps calling the Joy-Cons Wiimotes, by the way. It's a funny, like, semantics thing. But what more did it need to do? Again, it's just a Switch 2.
Shit to buy this thing.
And then to say it's hard. It was hard to buy the Switch 2. No, it wasn't. Like, no, because you could literally, I walked into a GameStop to pre-order it. It was very easy. The only websites that had a hard time with it, like, sure at launch, but guess what? They restocked over time, and people had more chances to buy it. Like, and even then, just the notion, yeah, you had to go to a website and hit refresh. That's not real hard work to get a Switch 2. I'm just saying, like, you just had to go to a website. Like, come on.
Ridiculous. Waiting in queues, clicking, have to be there at a super special time when it drops to get it. And he gets it. What do I have this for?
It's
what
not
am I
that
doing?
hard.
Why?
And again, oh my god, dude. Like, one day I'll find it.
I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Besides the first one, some big fat guy, sweaty ass, everything went smooth. Why didn't I get the bundle? Because you couldn't get it. Like,
you couldn't get the bundle, dude. He couldn't get the bundle.
That's right. Exactly, based off for real.
Failure in
life.
life.
Phil, all that drama, we still got me in a negative way. Through and unlock all the state. I am not going to be doing a podcast. PM Pacific time. Okay.
Oh my god, I can't
Put it
find
off the table. We need boxing. I'll begin with the. No, I'm not. Around you and respectful of yourself.
Oh my god.
Boxing and hook up of the
Here
Switch
it is.
Stream. That's why if I become inebriated,
I
it's
think
that Please be respectful of everyone around you and respectful of yourself, and don't drink irresponsibly, because then that'll get you into trouble.
Wow, great advice.
Watching on and off since 2014. Fuck those detractors. I play games. Station on the screen ever since I started. For we never. And they're like, Tag says I got to use my
Oh my god.
Pokemon on. Got it running on now. Like today. In here in Washington where we have this. I took an allergy pill called.
Oh my god.
Rainbow Road.
Dude. I think Devin said this. Like, it's the Switch 2 launch, and he's just having it sit there.
It was either going to be this, but I thought Rainbow probably not. Okay.
Just sitting there like, guys, are you hyped?
Thank you so much.
He worked hard to get the Switch 2, by the way.
How it works. We're not expectation. Actually make sure it works. Tony, I don't do that. I told you guys up. Okay. I like the open world. Really like the play. Trade Prime 4. I am also very saying the blue.
Oh my god.
Blue. Cool. So old. It's from back when I used to go. Remember where apparently weird. Then it would have hit. Ha. What happened? You're locked in, and then it gets. Or was it like Mario for like a idiot trolls trying to make sure you didn't get a Switch? It's 17. It ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna work.
The upgrade, which we just talked. Very popular in the games. People are. Wow, you know that? To see what wait for this. So today I went said for stock and serious scarcity issues. PlayStation 5 had people pre-ordered and they're not getting stock. It's just gonna be like it was sold out. Really good for you. Son over Acid says I wasn't able to get a Switch 2 pre-order, so today I went to Target and they actually had some, so I just bought one.
Whoa!
I just had to get
wait, how did he do that? It was so hard, dude. He must have bust his ass. He probably went to Target and was like, please give me the Switch 2, sir. Please. I really want it. He was on his knees probably. He was working his ass off to get it, right?
Get the console, only the bundle was sold out. One like launch window, probably like the next 1 to 2. So I don't think there's going to be scarcity. Like Switch 1 had
oh my god, scarcity.
Serious scarcity issues. PlayStation 5 had insane right to the end box.
Oh my god.
Thank you for watching the end. Thank you all for being here. Hello, everyone. Right here next to me. It is the base unit. I did not get the combo pack.
Yeah, because he's Nintendo a failure. Switch. He's a failure in life.
It's funny. Show someone playing outside. Playing with the Joy-Con. Are they aware you probably wouldn't be able to see it in the sunlight? The screen probably wouldn't be visible for the live unboxing. Here we go.
All right. I can't find it.
You know, it's buyer's remorse. What the hell did I waste all my time on? Special time when it drops to get it.
It's not that hard.
What do I have this for? What am I doing? Why, you know?
He was so happy remorse. When he got it.
What the hell did I waste all my time on to get this thing when there's nothing to do on it? It's a joke. And it's the same thing when people keep rewarding mediocrity.
But it just
mediocrity
came out.
Will never improve. Nintendo will never put the extra effort in.
Nintendo should have had like Zelda, Tears of Hyrule, the new Zelda game, a new Pokemon game, Mario Odyssey 2, Metroid Prime 5, and Pikmin 6. But it didn't have that, so yeah, Nintendo's doomed, guys. I think Nintendo's gonna stop doing anything with the Switch 2, guys. I mean, Switch 2 is a failed console. I mean, what? I think it's over, guys. I think Nintendo's done. I think they're just gonna like say, yeah, we're done with the Switch 2. Yeah, you know, this is a bad console. Like it's guys, it's gonna be the Wii U again. I'm sure a lot of people were confused when they saw the Switch 2. They're like, I think the Switch 2 is just an accessory to Switch 1. They're gonna be so confused. They're gonna not understand what 2 means. They're gonna be so confused. I think Nintendo fucked up, guys. Nintendo's doomed. Yeah, it's over. I think Nintendo's gonna go bankrupt this time. I think they fucked up. The Wii U was a better console. I think enough time has passed. I think the Wii U was really the best console ever made, and there was nothing wrong with it or bad. It was perfect. The perfect console.
For to make something special, if you keep rewarding them with your money. Do you get it?
Get it?
I am a content creator. It was my job and responsibility to get this thing.
But you could also make it a point to not buy it, to illustrate your stance that you're not going to reward mediocrity. But this dude, like, he wants you to practice what he preaches.
And to tell you the truth about it. But everyone else who ran out and bought into the hype
But
is
you're
now
not
feeling
a
it in their
journalist.
wallets. Damn, I just dropped all that money and I got nothing to play
But
on.
guess what? People feel that way about anything. You can buy anything and feel that way. You don't have to buy a Switch 2 to feel buyer's remorse. I mean, you could buy a car and feel like you wasted money on a car.
On this thing, I don't want to play a game again I already played on something else and spend $80 to buy it. What a ripoff. Well, then why'd you buy the Switch? Why?
Yeah.
Why did you get it?
Are you
It
dumb?
doesn't seem to make sense.
But then, but how is that Nintendo's fault? Like, the argument, I guess, is that Nintendo should have had more offerings, but at the same time, games are going to be at like $70 minimum. You think that's going to be a feasible thing? Like, come on. Come on.
It's just really weird that people buy into this bizarre hype. And again, to reiterate my point, when you reward bad behavior, it never improves. So take a look at Nintendo's history. Every time that they actually do something wrong, they get bailed out anyway.
This is so dented. It's so dented. The Wii sold a lot, so it had a big casual marketplace, whatever. They tried to go, half and half, whatever. It flopped for many reasons. They sold amiibos to cash in on the Skylanders craze and this and that, to make it their own. Like, oh, we're gonna do our own thing, and that's gonna be way cooler. And guess what outlasted the other, right? Yeah, Skylanders outlasted the amiibos, guys. You got it. But, like, dude, come on. Come on. And he thinks that the amiibos did all this heavy lifting. You really think Nintendo, like, survived off of amiibos alone? Really, dude? The amiibo. Yeah, the amiibos did all the heavy lifting. Yeah. I remember all these articles. Guys, Nintendo was an inch away from bankruptcy. Thank God they made amiibos. It did a turnaround on them. Okay.
No one liked the Wii U, so what did people do? They ran out and they bought 1 million amiibos. So Nintendo made...
This made no sense. This makes no sense. And they did, like, the amiibos worked with the Wii U. If you didn't like the console, why would you buy the amiibos? I mean, the only thing that's obvious is that they probably liked the amiibos. They liked the figure. They liked all this other stuff about it. That's why they bought it. I mean, again, you could buy something and be critical of it, sure. But to say that, oh, they bought it to bail out a company is kind of stupid. Nobody's like, I must save Nintendo. Like, this is how DSP fans operate, more than anything. Guys, DSP filed for bankruptcy, but now he's doing vests. He's gonna wear a vest. I gotta give him $100 to put on a vest. And that's what they did. The DSP fans had to bail out DSP from a bankruptcy. So you know what they did? They gave DSP $100 for him to put on a vest. The vest streak was his amiibo era. And guess where we are now? This Switch 2 era, where he's doing, like, small little upgrades to his little thing to catch up with the big dogs on that stream. But now it costs $150 for him to be happy.
Nintendo made an insane amount of money anyway, even though their console and games weren't selling. So why should we change?
Why should DSP change? His content didn't improve. His content is still the same as ever. Same commentary. But people, gave him money for the vest. And now he's never going to improve. Yes. Projection.
Don't get it.
I don't get it.
It's very bizarre. All right.
You know what? At some point, someone should do like a meme video where they just take all the Nintendo rants and just replace it with and just retool it to be about DSP and see how hard it is to spot that these are Nintendo rants.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Switch 2 is a huge disappointment. And now, much like every other Nintendo console up to this point, besides maybe the SNES, I have absolutely nothing.
Of course, the SNES, his favorite console. You want to know why it's his favorite console? Because he grew up with it. And it came out during the 80s or 90s, whatever the fuck. And that was his favorite era. Because that's when he grew up. That's when he was alive. He loved the year when he was born, and he cursed the planet with his existence.
Thing to do with my Switch 2, besides maybe every once in a while, say, hey, let's do a night where we just do some Mario Kart Knockout Tour and just have some fun. See if
So you're gonna get value out of the thing by playing it once a week. So it doesn't seem like a paperweight then if you're going to use it. Meanwhile, your PS5 Pro and your Xbox Series X are gathering dust. The Xbox more so than the PlayStation. So why? But he did get rid of it. He did give it to Cat. He did give the Series X to Cat. That's how much use he got from it. But the Switch 2 is the paperweight. Oh, okay, dude.
and see if I can win a match or two. That's it. There's nothing else to do with this thing. Now, in a month, there's the
Then
new Donkey
play
Kong
it.
Bonanza.
There's
I am
nothing
excited
else to do with it than play the game I bought with it. Whoa, man, that's crazy.
for that. That looks good. But this will now collect dust for a month. I have nothing to do with it. It will sit around, pointless, complete
Not
waste of
mine.
time and money.
I'm playing Wind
What's
Waker.
hilarious is
I'm playing
everyone who
Xenoblade
ran out
2.
and bought carrying cases like me. Okay, I'm guilty of this. And all these
Well, he definitely wasted money on the carrying cases. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess in the long run he did because Cat's gonna use it, but he's not gonna use it. Why would he use a carrying case? Get out of here.
accessories. What do you need it for? There's one game.
Yeah, because they will never make games for the Switch 2 ever again. Yeah, this was it, guys. Mario Kart and Donkey Kong. That's it. No more. They're done. And you know, I know Nintendo said you could play Switch 1 games, but why would you do that? Why would you put a Switch 1 game and a Switch 2? That sounds kind of stupid. Just use your Switch 1 game console. Man.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so Switch 2 is already dead. You know, it really is. Like,
Yeah, it's
legit,
dead, guys.
no
Switch 2
lie.
is dead.
Everyone
You
over
heard
the
it.
weekend was like, wow, that's really it? And then started talking about another game that they saw at State of Play or Summer Game Fest, and now this morning, Xbox
Okay.
Showcase.
But you know what's funny though about this as well is that he shits on gamers and other people that have short attention spans. Oh, they do this and they move on to the next, they move on to the next, and this and that. But when it's like this kind of dialogue where he's like shitting on something that and this and that, it's a good thing. Like, oh wow, look, they moved on because that thing sucked ass. With that logic, then I guess Clear Obscure 33 sucks ass because people moved on, right? Liza P sucks ass. I have not seen anyone talk about this DLC. Now they're complaining that it's gonna get nerfed, so it must suck ass, correct?
This is completely already done. So,
It's done, guys. Nintendo's doomed.
okay.
Okay.
All right, let's see here. Big Mac did a $2 super chat. He says, it was Wulong, then Wukong, and now Wu.
Okay, we're gonna move on from that.
The Wu-Tang game is not as
Okay.
well. People probably realize it's pointless and not worth it at all. Now, here's the question. How you just did a $5 return it?
Oh,
They usually, once you've opened it and used it, they...
yeah, he didn't open it.
Oh, you never opened it. You
He
bought
wasted-
it and you didn't open it? Wow.
So how did he know it wasn't for him? Yeah, I bought it. I don't. I mean, I've seen some people do that though. So I mean,
Well, good
whatever.
on you if you were on the fence and you bought it and you realized you didn't want to keep it. That was actually a smart move. Pretty smart move.
Yeah, you fell for the FOMO. Then
Okay.
sobered
Welcome back
up.
to Kickapoo over on Kick says I was on a vacation. I'm back.
What a waste.
Let's see
man.
here.
No, you know what? I'm gonna be mean to this guy. I'm gonna be mean to Mozzie. I think Mozzie bought it out of spite. He's like, yes, all these people want. I'm gonna buy it. Then I'm gonna return it. That way, whoever wanted it couldn't get it. Yeah, Mozzie's toxic. Yeah, that's right.
Do I look that stupid? No, like I said, in a month.
Do I look that stupid? That's why I skipped
Someone said
to.
$2 says if the console is worthless, then smash it. No, I'm not.
Okay.
It's like a good original outing that probably will be more content and better than Mario Kart World. I'm excited for that. Later
How is it gonna have more content than Mario Kart World when you're gonna beat it and never play it again? Meanwhile, in Mario Kart you could play again, right?
down the line, there'll be a new Metroid Prime game.
Whatever.
I'm sure there'll be a new Mario game. All this stuff will happen. Isn't there this
So again, so it's not a ripoff. This dude literally talked about the Switch 2 as if like it will never get games ever again, and it's a failed console. And now it's like, yeah, there's gonna be games that are gonna come out for it. So he doesn't think that maybe people bought it just to like have it, so they don't have to buy like, instead of buying like the console and 3 games, they could buy the console and 1 game at launch, and then over time buy the other games when they're ready. Oh, okay.
There's new Pokemon this year. I will get use out of my Switch 2, just not now. It's literally a $450 paperweight because Mario Kart World is basically a non-game. It's pretty sad what a non-game it is.
Okay,
quite frankly. You would think, oh, this is their system seller day 1 release. It's going to be great and innovative and tons of content.
But guess what? Let's say Donkey Kong came out first. He's like, so I played Donkey Kong, and you know what? Yeah, it's a non-game. There's no multiplayer, so he's not like you get a matchmaking. And also get this, right? It's single player only. And then they have the NSO online service. Why would you pay for that? The game isn't even multiplayer. Oh, you gonna play GameCube games? So what? This is dumb. And then you play Donkey Kong and you're done with it? You're not gonna play it again. So it's like really stupid. It's a lose-lose. Classic lose-lose.
And it's literally the opposite. It's devoid of content. It's the same 32 tracks that you expect from any Mario Kart game and nothing added.
These are new tracks, though.
Again, shameless nostalgia bait. Has remixed music from all these Nintendo franchises, and it has, redone tracks from previous games, and that's it.
But it's
nostalgia bait 101. What's up, King Michael? Good to see you, man.
Okay, sure. Cry about it, I guess.
Okay. So
yeah, Mario Kart flops, guys.
One other thing I want to do before we get to you guys suggesting things for me to react to, because I know you guys are probably going to react to a bunch, want me to react to a bunch of stuff, okay? Over the weekend, I took a look at what was available for driving wheels on PC.
Oh. Okay. This will be a short one. I think I'm just going to end it here because I am watching my brother's cats. So I gotta go back to the cat pen and hang out with them. Yeah, I get to hang out with 2 cool cats. Yeah. You can make all kinds of jokes, but whatever. So that's it. I just wanted to kind of talk about the Switch 2 nonsense. I do want to go over his Xbox opinion. I'll do that probably Friday. Probably I'll do a video then. But thanks for watching. But I'll end on my thoughts on the Switch 2 because I've been playing it. I've been playing it at my brother's since it's a portable console. Mario Kart's been fun. I love the Knockout Tour. If you're on the fence of buying it, I'd probably wait until maybe Donkey Kong if you want more use. If you're not big on Mario Kart, I would just say wait till Donkey Kong or just wait until the end of the year or see what happens. Because I feel like when this was going down with the tariffs and stuff, it's not. I don't think it's clear even at this point. Is Nintendo gonna be willing to eat it with these tariffs? Because I know they're losing some money. I think they're losing some money with because I think now there's a 10% tariff or whatever. So I think they're losing a profit regardless as of right now on the Switch 2, and I think that's fine. But if these tariffs do end up going into play and all this other stuff, I don't know if they're gonna just say we're keeping this price regardless. I know that the accessories are going up, but I don't know. That's not clear, so I can't say for sure on that. But I would still wait it out because at the end of the day, what's gonna happen? It's not like the Switch 2 is a limited time console that's never gonna be made ever again. And there's definitely gonna be a Switch 2 OLED too, so there's other opportunities down the line anyway. So I don't think there's any rush to get it. But as it is, I've been enjoying it. I like the enhancements to Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I think are probably gonna be pretty sick. I want to try Bayonetta. Someone in his chat mentioned Bayonetta 3, and I want to try that game out on it. I do want to play Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I heard that 3 is getting an update for it, so that's fucking hype. So I can't wait to replay 3 because I still have that DLC I haven't played yet. I do want to play that DLC at some point. But I do like it. The menu, the dashboard's nice. It's snappy. I do wish there was themes. I don't know how good the GameCube emulation is in regards to what people wanted out of it. I mean, I was happy with the N64 one for the most part. But I am happy with the with Wind Waker. I've been wanting to play that game again. So it's great. I like it for that. I think it's the setup was pretty easy. I was able to transfer all my stuff to the Switch 2 pretty easily. It wasn't like, I know I've seen some people have some difficulty with it, but I've had an easier time with it. It was just, immediately. I was nervous about the charger shit too, because I heard that like you can't use the Switch 1 charger, but I think you could use it directly to the console itself, not to the dock. Like the dock, you need exclusively the Nintendo charger. I did see someone on Reddit, again, it's Reddit, did say that they used the Steam Deck cord on the dock and that worked fine. But I don't know. Don't take my word for it, but that says. But I'm glad I could use my Steam Deck charger because I've been using that Steam Deck charger to charge my iPad and my Switch 2 at this point, so that's been great. But yeah, I've been liking the console so far. I wouldn't say I have any regret for it because I knew I was gonna get it anyway. I think the only thing, the screen is good. I do like the screen quality, but again, OLED is the better screen, and I kind of wish that Nintendo stuck with that. But I do feel that they're gonna retread the old gimmicks and silliness that they did with the Switch 1, where they did another re-release of Switch 1 with a better battery, then they did the OLED. So I think they can do the same with Switch 2. I feel they're gonna do another wave 2 years down the line where it's like, okay, this has got the good battery. Then they're gonna do the OLED like 2 years after that or whatever the fuck. So I think that's probably what they're gonna do with this one. But it's still not bad. Like, again, I'm not like much of like, oh, it needs to have perfect graphics, but it's been a good experience so far. I like the Joy-Cons a lot more. They feel way more sturdy this time around. Like, I like the grip more. I felt like that with the Switch 1, that thing was gonna fly out of my hands if I'm like playing too hard. This I at least feel more comfortable like holding it. So that is it. That is my opinion on the Switch 2. I would not rate a console honestly because I feel like with anything, it's very preference heavy. Like if the Switch 2 is not doing anything and you're a Steam Deck kind of guy, you're gonna stick with the Steam Deck. But if you're looking for like a Nintendo game and stuff like that, I think the Switch 2 like excels at that. But it's a fun little console that I enjoy. But that's it. That is it for my opinion. Yeah, I can play Guilty Gear, so of course it's great. They I don't know if they're gonna enhance that. Maybe they'll re-release it so they can have crossplay with the consoles. Because the Switch version is not crossplay at all, and I tried the online on Switch and got nobody. I can't find anybody, but whatever. But it's a solid console. But again, I'm a huge Nintendo fan. But my only criticism I have is just the dashboard. I wish the dashboard was a little bit better, and I think their pricing for the games are a little bit weird. I don't know why. Donkey Kong is 70 and Mario Kart's 80. Like what, why? But whatever. Other than that, it's not a paperweight for me. It may be a paperweight for some, but it's not for me. So it's great. And I'm glad it's backwards compatible. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Wait. Bye.